Hey guys, it's Balake. What is up? I wanted to make a video about Titanfall, and I wanted to talk about Titanfall just because I think that game is overhyped. And if you guys don't know what Titanfall is, it's a game being developed by Respawn Entertainment, the same guys who made the first two Modern Warfares and then left Activision, got into big trouble, you know, blah blah blah, this and that, and now they're fine. Now they made a game, it's an Xbox PC exclusive called Titanfall that everybody is absolutely shitting themselves about. People said people dropped their pants during the Sony press conference when they announced that DRM and all that crap, they didn't need it. And guess what? People shit their pants more about Titanfall, and I don't get why. I don't see it. It won Best of Show, Best Original Game, Best Console Game, Best PC Game, Best Action Game, and Best Online Multiplayer, and I think that's bullshit. Because there were definitely better games in those categories. Maybe not Best Console Game, maybe not Best Action Game, but I think there was better candidates for Best of Show, Best Original Game, Best PC Game. There's definitely better candidates, and I think the board just kind of gave it a lot of leeway because it's a new IP. But in reality, Titanfall is one of the most safe new IPs I've ever seen. If you look at this game, it consists of on-foot, first-person shooter gameplay, similar to Call of Duty. In the video, you actually see a guy throw a C4 and blow a guy up, just like in modern Call of Duty. And it looks, runs, feels, I'm pretty sure it'll feel like Call of Duty shooting a gun. But the mechs, that's the thing that's supposed to make it different? I don't get that either, because if you look, there's plenty of games in the past who have had mechs. In recent memory, Halo 4, they added mechs. But mechs have been here for a while. They've had mechs back since the GameCube days, where they had games like Zoid's Battle Legends and all sorts of other stuff with mechs in it. And now they still have 3-on-3 mech multiplayer games, sort of stuff like that. There's even popular games like Starhawk and Halo who have been utilizing mechs, and that's something that's not original. So that's the other thing that I really don't get. There's a whole game that revolves around mechs that most everyone knows about called Hawken. It's an indie title, and the mech gameplay in Hawken actually looks a lot better than the mech gameplay in Titanfall looked. The Titans, basically, I think, are not an original concept at all. I don't think it's original to have Titans dropping from the sky. I've seen this in a game called Section 8 Prejudice. If you've ever played that, it was a downloadable title on PSN and Xbox Live Marketplace. And basically, Section 8 Prejudice wasn't the greatest game, but it had this element where if you got enough points, you could drop a mech from the sky and you could beat shit up with your mech. It's exactly like Titanfall. Titanfall, I mean, I can't say they copied, but they definitely took a lot of creative license here, and they really made a game that's like a lot of games you've already played. And everybody's making a big deal about how you can jetpack off a sign, run on the sign, jetpack to the other side, run on the sign, jetpack over to an island, then shoot a guy, shoot the rocket, jump on top of the mech, and pull his wires out and shit. And that is cool. Yeah, I won't deny that that's pretty cool. But we've seen really cool traversal elements like this in games like Brink, for example. Games like Crisis, where you can slide on the ground and shoot. You can jump off a wall, run on the wall, shoot. You can do sort of things like that. And yes, they're going to be including that in Titanfall, but that's also, again, not another original element. So, from the demo, the only thing that I could see that was maybe original was the fact that they're trying to blend single player and multiplayer. They're trying to blend scripted events with multiplayer without making them seem scripted. They're trying to make their multiplayer feel epic. And that's the one thing that could possibly save this otherwise mundane game. In my opinion, Titanfall is like every other shooter, and people will be bored of it unless they capture that element of making it the most exciting, bombastic, explosive, exciting multiplayer experience where it's just a set-piece moment after set-piece moment. Because as you guys probably know from playing Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, sometimes even Call of Duty, usually not Call of Duty though, there's a set-piece moment in the battle, you know? Building comes down, people die, huge explosion, jet flies into a tank, all this crazy stuff happens in Battlefield, and if they can capture that sort of thing in Titanfall, I could see it being successful, and that would be the reason why it's successful, but not because it's original, because in my opinion, originality is not copying other games or taking creative license with other properties and making it into your game. And yes, you can take inspiration, but then you're not original, you know? Even some of the sequels that are coming out, of course they couldn't win original game, I don't think, because apparently a sequel can't be original, but a lot of those sequels to games like The Witcher or Metal Gear, I feel like are going to have a lot more innovation than Titanfall will in its genre. So really, that's what I feel about Titanfall. I feel like it's a really overhyped game. Yes, I think it'll be a new, fresh experience. Maybe not fresh. I feel like it'll be a new shooter. Yes, it'll be a new shooter. I don't know if it'll be fresh. It'll be new in the way that if you ever played Homefront, it was new. It felt exciting because it's a different shooter. It felt good. It ran pretty well except for the server problems and all that other stuff, but the gunplay in Homefront was good. I feel like that'll be the same sort of thing in Titanfall. It'll feel good, it'll be great looking, but when you get down to it, it won't feel fresh and exciting, and I just don't see how a game that borrows so many elements from other games could possibly feel like a fresh experience. And maybe you guys don't agree with me, maybe you do. If you do, let me know in the comments. But basically, that's all I had to say about Titanfall. It's overhyped. And burn me at the stake. See you all later.